Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the Lovin Daily Show. I'm your host, Shireen Ahmed, and I'm joined today with Mariam, who's helping take us live every weekend. Weekend Gang is back. Have y'all been doing? How was the first night of your weekend last night? Let me know if you got up to anything interesting. I myself just slept in because I knew I needed my 9 hours of sleep before getting to this office. That's real talk right there. What about you, Mariam? What did you do? Did you do anything last night?
So that they can hear me. The heck, yeah, you guys can hear.
They can hear.
Last night I watched this new documentary series on Netflix for
Which one? There's so many.
the one for the crimes that happened in the hotel.
Oh, I
Yes.
forgot what it's called, but I've been wanting to see it.
Yeah, it's really
What is
good.
it called? That's
Caesar
super
Hotel, I think, or
interesting.
something like that.
Caesar Hotel. Have
Or
you guys
Season
seen
Hotel or
that?
something.
Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
I've been wanting to see it.
it's really cool.
And funnily enough that you
Yeah.
mentioned this, because the meme that just went up on Lovin Dubai literally talks about, let me just switch off the news for now. I want to have a relaxing time watching my serial killer documentaries, which is so me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys. It's just
Same.
something so interesting.
Yeah, I watch a ton of YouTubers about like crimes. It's just very interesting.
It's so interesting.
And they speak about how social media keeps like helping them on solving cases and finding people. So it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Like we always thought.
And
Yeah.
what I laugh, but it's also really true
Yeah.
when you read this. When I watch a lot of them on YouTube,
Yeah.
sometimes the better detectives are really out there in the comment section.
I swear
Because
to God.
they'll put two and two together like no detectives
And you're just
have.
like, oh my gosh.
It's
you know.
interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress as usual. So guys, let us know what you guys have been up to this weekend. But let's start off with one of our top headlining stories today. Okay, a circular has been sent around by the Dubai authorities that say feeding stray animals could actually result in a fine. As cat lovers and cat parents, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have your own fur babies. This sounds a bit, peculiar, because why wouldn't you? It's difficult not to feed them when they're so adorable and they sometimes come around you. However, this is being done so that they don't actually, so that it doesn't create a favorable environment to them. So that they don't breed and they don't grow in population than they already are. We don't want more stray cats. So I guess the best option here would be to, I don't know, if you have your own carrier, like if you have your own cat, like I myself used to do this when I lived in Bahrain. I had my carrier in the car with me. And if I saw a cat that seemed like they needed help, they would really follow me and everything. I'm like, okay, come with me, child, and take them to the vet, get them neutered or spayed, and see if they have anything wrong with them medically, help sort that out. A lot of the times, the community, if you can't even afford it, will help. So all you have to
Yes.
do is post photos, say which vet
On
they are.
Facebook. Yeah. and all
Yeah,
of
on
that.
Facebook groups. Again, I forget the name, but there are so many. Just literally type cat adoption on
Yeah.
Facebook, and you'll see so many. Of
And
these.
rescue and all of that. Because I went through this process, and guys, please adopt and don't buy.
Don't buy.
Don't buy. And
There's no
if you-
point. There are so many adorable ones that need a home.
amazing, and like don't focus on the looks, focus on the personality wise. Cats do have different personalities. They're not just cats, so other than that,
They're not just cats.
they're not just cats.
She means they don't just own you, which they kind of still do, but that's what makes them so lovable.
They do, they like it's like I had like now like two cats of my own, and both of them chose me. I didn't choose them, so that's so cute. Like I just go there and the cat comes to me and I'm like, I'm gonna get this.
Exactly.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
and buying cats from an experience, the people who want to sell cats or animals in general, they don't care about their health, and they can just breed them, like a mother and like and the son or something, and that brings a lot.
And then
a
sell
ton of-
those. That's so true.
Yeah,
That's
so
so true. Because
let's
yes,
save
if you
Earth, yeah.
support buying, you're also still supporting the breeding of certain types of
Yes,
cats,
and it's
right?
very bad.
Which leads to them sometimes not having a home. Because why? A lot of people don't seem to really think of the process that involves adopting a cat. Like this, adopting a cat really doesn't mean you have them for your photos, for your Insta stories, for a good 6 to 8 months, and then you decide that they're no longer convenient in your life and you're positive you can give them off to someone else. It's not how it works, because they do develop some sort of
Emotional connection to
an
you.
emotional
Yeah.
connection to you too. I've adopted my cat, my daughter Queenie. She is the sweetest. She's honestly the sweetest
so
ever.
cute.
Because what I find is that adopted cats long so much for a home, since if they're in adoption shelters, what tends to happen is there's a lot of them, so they don't get a lot of that attention. So when I saw Queenie, the first thing she did was she wanted me to pet her, and I was like, that's it. And I still have her to this day. Unfortunately, I can't bring her to Dubai still, but it's one of my many goals. Not that anybody asked. Anyway, so the fine could set you back 500 dirhams if anyone is caught feeding a stray animal in Dubai. Oh yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention this also includes dogs. Cat obsession, so I forgot to mention that it's for dogs as well. I mean, what do you think of this this new kind of circular, Mariam?
I personally, in the beginning, I thought that why would we do that? And that's not nice. And we're protecting animals and all of that.
Yeah.
But then I read about it more. And this is what we all have to do when it comes to laws and everything on earth, honestly. I realized that they have a point because, first of all, these animals should be treated right. And if you found these animals, they actually tell you to inform the adoption places or rescue places rather than feeding them, because if you feed them they will come next to the roads and the houses and all of that, so
Correct.
it's dangerous for them.
Correct.
And that causes a lot of accidents right now. I don't know, because I come from Sharjah, so a lot of cats, I'm saying cats because they are the majority of, so I find them on the road hurt or dead or stuff. It's really sad, but then when you Google it you realize it's because also people put food in the wrong places. So we should understand that this decision was made for both our safety and the animal safety, because also their food can cause a lot of bacteria and a lot of diseases when it's put next to houses, and all of that.
That's an interesting perspective.
I didn't know that before.
I was very much guilty of this in previous years.
Same.
So that's something to note.
Yep.
That is something to note, you guys. So like I said, if you have a carrier and you are driving around and you notice that there's a particular amount of cats in your area, put them in your carrier, take them to a vet. And there are places, like we said, that will help you get them adopted and fostered, like Animals in Us. It's a shelter for stray and abandoned dogs based in Fujairah. And then there's the Big Adopt, which hosts events throughout the year to support and bring rescue organizations together. So that's awesome. And I mean, thankfully, we have an amazing community here in Dubai and the whole UAE, which are actually common dog and cat lovers. Animal lovers who want to put in the work to actually help these strays.
Yes.
I also want to say hi to Mandela. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody else. Someone was like, why are you guys working on a Friday? Sad face.
No, we're glad. We're happy we see you guys. Don't worry.
We're happy. And also, mind you, we're not working the rest of the week. She's still a student. Mariam's still a student. And I'm here on a freelance basis. So weekends only. So actually, it doesn't feel like...
Yeah, when y'all working, we're having a break.
I'm sorry if you guys are working a Friday, though, from the beginning of the week.
But we're here for you. Don't worry.
We're here for you. We got you. You're not alone, see? Yep. Okay, on to our next story. An Emirati woman who led the Hope Mission was featured on Time's 100 Most Influential People. Next most influential people. This is incredible. Let's give it up to Sara Al-Amiri. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Amiri Al-Amiri.
Yeah, Sara Al-Amiri. I think I'm guessing. Yeah.
So we know that the Hope probe Mars was actually sent, and it actually arrived around Mars on February 9, 2021, after a few years of it in the making. But who led the mission was Sara Al-Amri, the Minister of State for Advanced Technology and the chairwoman of the UAE Space Agency. She is also the Deputy Project Manager of the Emirates Mars Mission and a member of the United Arab Emirates Council of Scientists. Woo! So she was one of the most inspirational people that made all of this possible. And now she's been featured on this year's Time 100 Next Most Influential People. So there's definitely a lot to look forward to in terms of Sarah and all other women in the UAE, in the region, making big strides, not just in all the categories, industries that we know of today, but taking on the space.
Girls, you rock. I'm so proud.
Girl
I swear to
power.
God.
This gives younger me such, like, I wish younger me could have seen this.
Yes.
Because I always thought, oh, would it be possible to do something in space? You know, when you're
Yeah.
you read all those books that tell
And
you about
especially
space.
that she's an Arab also, like
She's an Arab
yeah,
woman.
like that's so strong, you know. Like I'm just so proud and amazed, like by UAE right
Mariam's
now.
inspired. We love
Yeah,
that.
because like yeah, because like we're going through you know, like a
Big
very
changes.
interesting time in our century right now. So seeing women, Emirati women, like it's not just like, you know, this week or like, you know, no, it's like every single week we meet a new Emirati woman doing something amazing. Like I remember I wanted to skate, okay, and a lot of people told me you can't or something like that because like, you know, I'm a
Oh, no,
hijabi
they
and all
didn't.
of that. I can like because I'm a hijabi
Exactly.
and all of that.
Oh,
They were like,
rude.
no, you can't because the hijab and all of that. And now there is an Emirati woman that
Yes.
skates and she's like in the Olympics.
We've written
I'm guessing.
articles about her before.
Amazing. I was like crying when I saw her. Like she's out there living the dream for all
And the
hijabi.
awesome part about it is
Yeah.
that this country really does help support and create, like, pave a path for them. You know, they shine a light on these things because
Yes.
obviously we have women all around the world that are the first in a lot of things, but
Yes.
sometimes it doesn't get highlighted. So
Yeah.
support them as much as you can, and this is why we need the women empowerment still, even though we're seeing a lot of this, is
Yeah.
because it keeps pushing other women to do the most until it is no longer something to be amazed by, because
Yeah.
it should be and
It
should
should
have
be
been
the norm.
You
You know.
this
I'm so
entire
proud of you,
time.
sis. Go girl.
This If you're
Girls
watching
power.
this,
She's gonna freak out.
she actually said that okay, and I quote, dreaming of going to Mars is easy, getting there is brutally hard. So it was no small thing when the Hope spacecraft from the United Arab Emirates Space Agency went into orbit around the red planet on Feb 9. It's no small thing either that the person whom experts cite as the most responsible for the UAE triumph was Sara Al-Amiri, the project's lead scientist heading a team that is 80% women. Sorry, this is actually quoted from Time magazine itself. 80% women. Fab. I mean, I love it. And if you also were not aware, the Hope probe is actually there so that it could conclude a couple of things. There's a couple of objectives here. First one is to understand the climate dynamics and the global weather map through characterizing the lower atmosphere of Mars. So that's one. Second is to explain how the weather changes the escape of hydrogen and oxygen through correlating the lower atmosphere conditions with the upper atmosphere. I have no idea what all this means, but I'm about to be amazed by the discoveries and the results out of this whole thing. And the third is to understand the structure and variability of hydrogen and oxygen in the upper atmosphere, as well as identifying why Mars is losing them into space. We're looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. They already released the first picture of Mars from the orbit, so that one was pretty cool already. So I can't wait to see what else we have in store. Finally, they say, well, the National Center of Meteorology say that it could potentially rain in parts of the UAE this weekend. So that's today and tomorrow. Does it seem like, do you feel like it'll rain today in Dubai?
A lot
Is
of
there
people,
a chance?
a lot of people actually started sharing, you know, their pictures of the sky today.
Yeah.
Because they're saying it's
They're
gloomy and all.
hopeful.
Yeah. I hope so. Because
I noticed when I was getting out my apartment,
Yeah.
I noticed that the clouds were obviously this way. They still are. You guys can see. However, it's not as cool as it was in previous days.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little warmer today.
yesterday was actually so hot. Like the weather.
Yesterday was hot.
It was. I was like, summer is back, and it didn't rain yet. And around the world, everywhere is snowing. In Egypt, it's like raining.
That's
Even
around
yeah.
the world. We're seeing, even in Tabuk, Saudi Arabia, there's a video
Yeah.
of camels like confused, like, why is there so much snow right now? But
Why
actually, it snows a lot
Yeah.
in Tabuk in general, but this year more than usual.
and I'm here like please, please make it rain. Just once, you know.
I feel
want
like
to
you
say-
live in Sharjah. I feel like there's higher chances of rain coming
Yes,
to Sharjah.
because when you come from Ras Al Khaimah, Iraq, like it starts, you know,
There you go.
decreasing
You're
the-
closer
yeah.
to the mountain areas.
Yep.
But yes, so they said, the NCEMA said Thursday will be another day of dust and clouds, but there's a probability of rainfall with scattered clouds on Friday. There are scattered clouds. And Saturday will follow the same pattern, clouds with a further chance of rain showers in some areas. Fingers crossed. We need at least a day or two of rain, I think. Just one or two, just for my dramatic poetry writing by the window moment. That's it.
Let's all pray for it.
Let's all pray
Yeah.
for it. But yes, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuning in. Thanks to Orion Star, who said, "Looking stunning, girl. Good morning." Thanks. And that is it from us for today. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same place, and we are out.
Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.